viewers may find the following video disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
Moin. Poof! And just like that, the year's gone. Hello, Wonky Goblin, Dan Lee, Demons Up. Apologies, Jerry, no here. He totally forgot he had an invitation for an early year's closing dinner or what of any kind, so he's off munching. Have a good one, Jerry. Hello, Orinoco. Let me just put this by side. But you know, he wouldn't want to be here anyway today, because today we're having a very special drink. The brown lemonade is back. So, as you can see, I'm in a very festive mood already. I hope you lot are as well. And I might just get the mic a bit closer. Totally forgot about that. So, have you all had a nice day over the holidays? Did you relax? Did you stuff yourself with delicious food and giftings? Demon Sub's not festive, he's ill. Oh, why? Why now? You should be ill when you're at work, not when you're on time off. What do you mean streaming cold at the moment, Wonky? I don't get that. I do not understand the coherent words. I today got just 2 more really useful boxes, big ones. So, yeah. Now everything's properly stored, I think. Oh, I see, Demon. Yeah, having to work with customers is the worst. Especially when they don't care about other people's health. They could wear a mask, or at least cough into their fucking elbows. But that's mankind for you. Anybody did anything interesting work-related? Work-related, bloody hell. Hobby-related. Oh! Now I get what you say, Wonky. You were having a flu. Well, best to you get better soon. Hello, Zorg. So I mentioned really useful boxes now twice, and Gorum hasn't appeared yet. The spell must have been broken. So, oh, hold on a sec. Indeed they are, and they have quite a capacity. The best thing is they can be stacked and still feel very sturdy and are not going anywhere. So, some of you might have participated in the Secret Santa that Horatio Noseblower has curated over on Tabletop. And I got my Secret Santa. I got my Fallout Wasteland Warfare Hollywood Heroes, which I very much enjoyed. So these need to be building and painting sometime. Sadly, they won't fit within the box of the game that I've already painted everything, so I need to come up with an idea on how to make them fit in that box without hurting the insert, preferably, but I guess this will not go well. And my lovely wife got me for Christmas customizable rebel officers and agents, and heroes of the filthy rebels. So a lot of stuff to do. I hope you lot had ample things under your tree, in your socks, however your presents are presented to you. Oh, I think I need to shut down some things in the background. Hold on a sec. Close. Totally forgot that was still running. Demon Sub got socks. Let me tell you, my wife really enjoyed getting socks from her grandma because they were handmade. I'm not sure Jerry's terrorizing someone. I think he's actually invited over to dinner, so... Wonky Goblin has been working on a character builder for Spores, so people can use other models in his game. Well, I wouldn't worry too much about that. I guess people will find ways to organize their miniatures and use them in your game anyway. So, speaking of goblins in a wider capacity and just making sure there's no sudden Jerry appearing anywhere. So you might might remember me talking about we possibly playing Warhammer 40k next year with my friend, and yeah, we come to the conclusion we both have the 3rd edition rulebook, so we're going to play 3rd. He's something around 600. What did he say? 635 points of Death Guard, Chaos Space Marine Nurgle dudes, and yeah. Now I've got to come up with what I will use from my stuff. I really can't remember how fast or slow it was. It's the 1st edition I played, and it's long been lost to memory what everything was. Hello, Dutch. Well, of course, it's a thing. I told you last week I would be streaming today, so... Currently, I'm debating myself if I should go my standard route and just pick something from my not very small orc army, or if I should use Speckle Marines or Chaos Marines. Danley, good question. I think it was. 4th was Battle for MacLeod, which was Space Marines and Tyranids. Hello, Mr. Keepop. Good evening, sir. Dark Elder would have been... Oh, yes, you're right. Dark Elder was part of that box, but sadly I don't have them anymore. They were gifted away some time ago. Those I don't have anymore. I still have the Tyranids from the MacLeod post, and but that's way too many. Too few miniatures to actually make up any reasonable force to come up against 600 plus points of chaos. In ways to help me decide what to do, I actually started inventorizing my 40k miniatures. Yeah. I could have also gone for Necrons, but sadly, Necrons are not a faction in 3rd. They're not appearing in the core rulebook, so yeah, not going that route either. Yeah, in that case, Demon's Up, Dark Elder with Black Templars must be correct because I know I had Black Elder with the spiky hairs and I gifted them away. I back in the day, eBay was still in a state where you could make actually good bargains on miniatures, so most of my minis came from there. And the best thing about playing third is I still have. Where is it? The quick reference sheet. So, being old farts, we can still look up quickly on what to do. Oh, nice, Stanley. Third was his first edition painted Dark Elder minis up for Duke of Edinburgh Bronze Award. I was looking at various sites on where to get cheap orcs and cheap Tyranids, but currently, used market seems to be very much expensive for whatever reason. But at least now my terrain, my really useful box full of Games Workshop terrain now gets a use. What was the first 40k magazine called that had Chaos, Space Marines, and terrain in it? Was it Conquest? I think it was Conquest. Whatever. Two mates of mine and I, we shared that subscription. One got all the Chaos, one got all the Space Marines, and I got all the terrain. So I've got a boatload of terrain. Some of it even L-shaped. I was really, really pleased with going for small terrains. I hope when they're finished, one day they'll look better than just plain L-shapes. But we'll see. First game will be somewhere around... where's my calendar? 8th of January, I guess. What is Emua? Mr. Zork, I don't know what Emua is. Also, I've got some reasonably priced modern Warhammer Orcs on eBay, but the sculpts I really don't like. And it's not the sculpts themselves, so the finished model is fine, but they're all monopose, and I really despise monopose. I don't like it. Shooting stars. You're referring to my lovely LED end of year stuff. It has other modes, but I think you won't be able to see what they do. Let me see. Barely noticeable on screen. It's much brighter on site. Ooh. Oh, let's go back to shooting stars. This is going up the window on New Year's Eve in as a replacement for using firecrackers, so the cats won't be scared. I guess you will do the club singing in Dutch, as you have quite stepped forward and volunteered just now. Ugh. Still waiting for the explanation what thingamajig is. You can't just say someone needs to sing and then don't sing. Oh, that you didn't really see as you came in later. It's brown lemonade time again. I should make this a marketing thing. An old TV comedy show. See, that's what you get for being a boring German. You don't have access to those in a reasonable time space. Oh, Jerry didn't know. I didn't know a few hours ago. I was out doing a last errand run for food supplies for tomorrow, and there it was, a full casket full of lovely brown lemonade. So the next few streams are very well safe and sound. Yeah, Fritz Cola would be an awesome sponsor. I'd highly welcome them, but I don't think they would be willing to pay for this. Overrated repetitive silliness, so a bit like Monty Python on steroids. I might look up shows clips on YouTube later when stream is gone and done and dusted. Have you not all made your New Year's thingamajigs? What they're called again? Oh, don't tell me. Brain. Pledges? No. Resolutions, that's the one. Thank you, Ewok. Keep up. Now, death lists don't need to be remade. They are evolving. Demon Sub does not make resolutions. He makes plans. What are your plans then? So my plan is play some games, hopefully finally getting around painting more minis now that my storage problem has been not solved, but it's gone a quit. It has been now made easier for me to move around things. Danley wants to play more board games, which is a reasonable thing again, I think. Take over the world, yes. So Wonky, what kind of terrain are you envisioning for your game? I mean, is it any different to any other miniature game? Do you need any special things? Or are you just thinking about rules regarding to terrain? Because I don't think if you... I'm not sure if you're doing yourselves any favor if you're making people use special made terrains. Oh, you want to make shrooms. if they weren't so bloody expensive, I'd say just grab yourselves one of the old play kits that came for the Smurfs. They were just giant shrooms houses, and that you could take the lid off and have a play set inside. So that would be a playable terrain piece, which I would like, really. So maybe look up the Smurfs houses and go Smurf adjacent with your terrain. Demon Sap wants to sell stuff on eBay, get one of those perfect grade Gundams, and read less manga, more books. Oh, Ewok Kebab, you really think you're going to hold on to that promise not to purchase any more things outside hobby supplies? Crispin, welcome. Hello. Oh, overgrown ruins. I'm envisioning the Smurf village finally being discovered by Gargamel and being completely in shambles. For my part, I can't make any resolutions because I will have forgotten about them 24 hours later. And not even with the slightest hesitation, just be throwing everything out the window. So the only thing that keeps me in check is my own monthly allowance I give to myself in regards to hobby budget. I can't spend more than that on monthly hobby, so there's a natural break in there. Usually. Crispin, hope you had a lovely time with your family, even though you were there. I hope you had some nice food. Cheers. I mind finishing project, Ewok Kebab. That's something I fail every time. I think I'm now at 70 projects over an OTT, and there's a very small fraction that is done. So, yeah. I think for the next few days, I'll be busy inventorizing my 40k miniatures and, yeah, hopefully getting stuff fitted. I have stuff I almost forgot I had. It's it's so irritating to just rummage around your old stuff and see go, I didn't know I had these. Oh, and by the way, I looked up for some models, additional models, and the pricing is insane. People are asking £3 for a second edition Goblin. You know these tiny monoposes with the shotgun? £3 for that simple model. And I've got 83 of them sitting right next to me in a bag, all unpainted. What's wrong with people? And someone is still trying to sell his 2/3 to 50% complete, what's it called, Gawker Walker box on eBay for 180. Why should I buy a not complete box of a game for 180 quid? Well, okay. If you're just naming 3 projects you want to finish, that's fair game. Uh, I really wouldn't have to look up which are the ones for myself. Oh, by the way, have you lot all gotten your achievements for 2025 today? Where's my profile? Projects. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Active. Huh. Let me just, where's my, there you are. You now need to go over here. Yeah, I guess so, Danley, because if you look at your achievements right now, they already say it's first comment 2026. Oh, don't sell your copy if you enjoy even just looking at it. At that kind of money, somebody will nick it and just sell it for even more money. So let me see. This probably will look very odd. Yes, as I suspected. Now let me plonk that away and scale myself down so I can see. So these are my current open projects. Don't mind the private ones. There's way too much still open. No, I didn't see. This is what I mean when I say about I can't remember my resolutions for next year. I can't remember making this project. What did I do in this? Weird stuff. Yeah, it totally went but zongas. So yeah. So see, this is what I mean. I'm just my mind just goes whoops out the window. I can't be trusted with any things that need to be addressed in a timely manner. Happy New Year, David. In case you're still listening, see you on the other side. Wonky made a new account, so has only 2 projects now. That's cheating. Demon, so I don't think the achievement actually stopped working. It's just the notification somehow stopped responding for some odd reason. Points are still applied to a degree somehow, but yeah, more or less, it's. I think it's one of the lesser things Tom and the others on the team is actually worried about how things work. Oh, now I see what this was. Yeah. You still have 24 hours left on voting for the unofficial monthly painting comp over in the forums. Just in case you haven't put in your vote yet. Just saying. No pressure. I'm wondering who will win and what the next the next word will be. I hope something fun and inspiring. that's not for me to decide. So what I have here is an excerpt from the rule book of what's it called again? Jeebus my brain. The Weird Orc Dexterity Game by Gaslands Mike. Oh, Space Kids? Space Kids. Yes, Space Kids. So this is an excerpt of those rules. I bought the PDF because the book isn't available yet. And over at Dave's MS Paint's Discord, there's a challenge to come up with an interesting but weird orc of any kind. And I still haven't gotten around to roll up my my orc. Well, maybe tomorrow. New word: supercalifragilisticexpialidocious. How about no? Though far to me, I'm not responsible to for the new word. The start of the new thread will be, and that seems to be currently. Let me check. Who's on the winning side? Yes. At the moment, that's Dan Lee. So Dan Lee has some things to say about that. Just in case you need the link, here you can go and vote for the next 24 hours or so. Well, it's technically 26 and a bit. Somehow water didn't really spark anything. You won't count your chickens before they hatch. I didn't know you were into chickens, but fair enough. The results are looking good. Or people are just lazy. What? Dinitrophenylhydrazine. Da fuck? Don't make me come around your house and make you say proper German words. I will come and will make you say Landsknecht or Sonderfahrzeug. Where's John when you need him? I need to torture him with special military vehicle terminology. Oh, speaking of team members of OTT, you probably are all aware that Ben has his own YouTube channel because of dragons. He has got a new logo and it looks metal. Yes, Dutch, but it's not a fart. Scratch the T and put an H in front of the R and you're good to go. Sonderkraftfahrzeug. Of course I win if I start using German as a language. Or if you eat enough beans, it becomes a combustion chamber. Because of dragons. Not here be dragons, as I have thought for the longest time. No, it's because of dragons. So I'm not sure why he changed his logo. I really liked his old logo, but maybe he needs to restart his channel. Don't know. Beans. Now I'm getting hungry again. I just had dinner. No, definitely not because of Ben. That would be silly. Though, to be fair, my channel's name is just because of Warren's odd behavior from back in the day before the pandemic. And so why not do a third channel and call it because of Ben? Yeah, he's quite adventurous. I think, and this is purely speculative on my side, I think he somehow uses his connections via OTT to have some inside knowledge, maybe, or just double dipping in the time he uses to research games for the show and also then do a video on, which is fine. It's the Wemster content. Yeah, maybe it's the Warhammer content, but maybe not. Maybe it's because he has been doing it for a long time and has been doing it rather consistently. I try and I fail. The only thing I kept up doing regularly is this here. And this wouldn't have happened if pandemic wouldn't have happened, so something good came out of it. Kinda. I don't know. You decide. So getting back on Warhammer, when were Necrons introduced as playable factions for the game? Does anybody know right from the get-go? I feel it was rather late, but I can't think of any daytime. I isn't that mentioned in the small rulebooks? Let me check. Small rulebook, where are you? Small rulebook, number 4 and number 5. They can't be in second, Danley, because in third there's no trace of them in the rulebooks. Let's see, is there something? Oh, the small rulebooks are really just that, very small. Oh no, there it are. Necrons. Actually, 4th edition. Well, that's too bad. Okay, they might have got a codex later, but I don't have that one. And I'm not talking about the miniatures. The miniatures, I'm aware that they were introduced more earlier. But the question is on which edition did they become a playable faction? White Dwarf added them to 3rd. If that's the case, I need to find out which White Dwarf that was, because I'm pretty sure that must be then one of those I still have. Because at that time I was collecting them just for the battle reports and 207. Here comes the conversion chart. Hold on a sec. And that's January 90. So number 198, 1998. Bloody hell. Patreon server, Gorka Morka. Necron Raiders. Okay, that's second edition. That does not really help. Okay. Be that as it may. Yes, the German issues are numbered differently because we got White Dwarf in German much later. So I know this because the first one I got was the issue 21 German one, and that's September 1997. Uh, the bloody thing about using any search engine now is if you look at Codex Necron, you get current edition stuff. Hello, Jill. Welcome. We were talking about really useful boxes. And no, I'm not shitting you. I got 2 big box 48 liters today, and they're already filled. Yeah, so 3rd edition Necron list. That's what I'm looking for, the ISBN. That's the important part. Now to see if... Oh, bloody hell, go away. The fuck? Somebody's selling that over in America for 113 euros. You are... No. I'm not buying that. So let me see. Can I have please all things from Germany? Thank you. Sort by lowest price. Oh look, there's a more reasonable offer for $12.99. Yeah, that might be an addition to my that's an addition. I might get some more codices just for the miniatures I have. I for weird reasons I do have the Orc and well, the Orc Codex isn't weird. I wanted those, but I also have the Codex Armageddon and the Codex Chaos. So all I would need would be some Spackle Marines and some Necrons and Tyranids. And then I'd have all the codices for all the races I have for 40k. So yeah, don't go second edition. Second edition goes for silly money. Jill bought a modern 40k codex this week. Why? Did you need something to put under your table so that it stops rocking? You could have that cheaper. Let's not pretend it's something bad. Fuck it. If you enjoy the game, enjoy the game. We all know Games Workshop is a terrible company, but you can still enjoy the product. To burn it for heating. You might as well just use builds at that point. I'm pretty sure you've got 10 or 5 pound builds, so just use them as kindling. Yeah. It's so silly. Yes, I do make fun of Games Workshop all the time, and I do really like the thing they have become and what they made of from the game, but I'd be lying if I say I don't enjoy the early works. If it brings you joy in any weird fashion, run with it. Oh, polymer notes. Yeah, I forgot about that. The early orc books. Bloody hell, wait a minute. I forgot I got not only second and third edition, apparently I got fourth edition orcs as well. Why did I do that? And why is it out? Go back in your box. Hush, hush. I was looking for... Because with me doing inventory on my models, I really found that some models, it's really hard to find any information about on who they are and what they are and where they come from. And just looking at the color painted pages, let me try to show you. I got him, Gazgul and Makari. I got Zodrok. I have the commandos. I have some of these blood axes. I have the mega knobs. I do have that gun. Where's the other ones? I've got 2.5 of these. This is not Zogger. I got about 72 of those. Goth Orcs, Freebooters, I do not have. As said previously, 83 Gretchens. Orcs Hybrid, I don't have. Now, this is where the fun begins. The Scorch is nice. I have a Snakebite mob. I have the Snakebite Runtard. And I have, I think, 6 Boar Riders. They were part of some weird, very cheap deal back in the day, and it's all metal. It's a lovely, lovely metal. The worst part is they're all unpainted. Some of them are primed, but none of them are really painted. Apart from 1 or 2 where I really wanted to get them on the field. One orc I use as a medic for Blood Bowl. Orcs are still allowed to be fun if you play them like that, Dutch. It's just they didn't... I mean, this is what annoys me the most. So this is the Fun Codex. See how thick that boy is. It has... Where's the page count? Page count ends early. 76, 78, 80, 82, 84... 90 pages. 3rd edition codex. And we're ending somewhere around... Fifty pages. Can you see the fucking difference? Oh, Doom Diver catapults. That's great. And I don't know why Games Workshop doesn't embrace madness more. And the thing is, you can convert literally everything you want it to be an orc piece. That's mine now. The only thing I really would need to have some kind of balance in regards to points cost, I would need some more Tyranids, but there you go for silly muddy as well. Rules where vehicles must be able to carry them up. Yes, so but nobody tells you when you start playing games that if you make a tank that's able to carry 30 orcs, that this is a huge footprint and very easy to hit with any kind of ordnance. And it's an open-topped vehicle. Fuck me, did I learn the hard way. The Panther 2 conversion is still not done. A load of what? Jill, are you talking about knits? Oh, if you want to part with them, just tell me what you want for them, and I'm sure we can make an arrangement. I mean, all the knits I got are those from the Battle of McCraggy box, and that's 5 spore mines, a brute tunnel, and 20 odd-ish various knits warriors. And to be a quote-unquote legal army, I'd need something as an HQ, I think, I guess. I don't remember. Oh, that would be very much appreciated, Jill. I hope I don't forget. Let me just... I need to take note. Where did it go? Bloody hell. I'll put you oh god. Brain is farting. I'll send you a DM over it on tabletop if that is okay with you. My nids are from Tyranid Attack. Have they changed? They have evolved. Oh, Wonky, if you have knits from the 1990s, they might go for silly money as well. Hold on. Space Crusade, a Space Quest, came with knits, but it didn't have any larger models in it, did it? I don't think it had. Just remind myself that that's a set that's also sitting around gathering dust and needs some love. Gene Stealers and what's the other names? I can't remember. You would think one would remember if they look... I looked that up a few days ago, and my brain just can't keep that information. It's terrible. Yeah, but they're just the warriors, nothing no major. What do you call it? Faction. Major characters, so HQ units. Does it say what's in there? Of course not. Why would anybody ever say something? Come on, internet, go faster. Termagants, gene stealers, and spore mines. That's the ticket. Also 10 marines and 1 imperial pilot. But I almost forgot that I still have that Indomitus box sitting up there with all the marines in there. So I've got the Space Marines from the 3rd edition box, from 4th edition, and 9th? I think 9th. Tyranid attack had doors that looked like lady parts. Now I need to look that up. Hold on. I want to see those doors. Oh, sadly, image search comes up with nothing quite quickly. Too many re-releases. They are just inflicting wounds on search engines. Sex education nerd style. Yeah, I guess you could say that. But still, if such claims are made by Wonky, I need to verify to see with my own eyes if he's actually true. I mean, let's face it, it's an early 1990s game, so anything's possible. Yeah, I guess that's the point. It was meant to be a living ship, and sadly, no pictures here. Why I always forget that Board Game Geek exists, and that's probably the best source of anything. You sure about that lady part thing? You know, let me show you what I see. I mean, it's colorful. I'm not sure I would call any of those lady parts. Dead lady parts. Ah, now I see what you mean. Why aren't they showing up on those pictures? Yeah, I see what you mean. Dead lady parts. Can't unsee that now. Yes, Crispin, lady parts are the best in any board game. They were removed after complaints. See, this is why we can't have nice things, because some people have their complete arm up their own arse. It's terrible. At least they weren't plastics. Ooh, I mean, paper cuts are bad enough, but getting your wiener stuck into some hard plastic? I don't think so. Plus, it would be way too hard to mold and too costly. But here I am thinking, we live in the day of the 3D printing. Has anybody tried sculpting them? Wonky, would you up for a commission? Oh, Ornako, if you Google Tyranid Attack, Games Workshop did relaunch that game. At least that's what was interfering with my picture search. Oh, the old hold that all the time. Bloody hell. Let me see if I can find. Warhammer 40k Space Marine Adventure Tyrant Attack. That's an article from July 2024 from Bell of Lost Souls. So there has been a quote-unquote relaunch of sorts. Spackle Marine the board game has a lot of Tyranids in them. Maybe that's cheap to get now. Oh, can you imagine Games Workshop trying to cease and desist someone who remakes doors out of a board game that's been discontinued for years and looks suspiciously like lady parts? that would be a topic. The headlines would be. You can't do that. We claim copyright to that kind of parts. Oh, that would be so funny. I mean, you need doors for your overgrown mushroom kingdom. Might as well be free with your design on that case. It's a living house, isn't it? So the opening could be some kind of muscle that opens and closes. Crispin could use that flashlight he found. I'm pretty sure Crispin has it already done by now. Yes, Crispin looks and sounds like lady parts. Hopefully doesn't do anything else. How did we get here? You sure about that, Wonky? Isn't she good for a little bit of weird humor at that stage? I mean, technically, you could tell her you're remaking old parts for an old game. You're not doing anything especially naughty. The reference part is on your side. All the more research. Just don't go too far. Do you not think I should go for the Orcish route, which is quite handy, but what would be the best unit to fight against some... What were they called again? Hold on a sec. So he has got some kind of HQ, and he's got elite unit being Nurgle Plague Marines. And then he's got 2 units of... what are they called again? Yeah, can't remember the translation. Units of little demons shambling around. Because he's got Poxwalkers, and Poxwalkers do not exist in 3rd. No, don't go there, Dutch. Don't go. That's a very bad URL. Oh, Jill, in case you're still listening, you didn't tell us what codex you bought for Whamster. Would you be so kind and tell us and the audience what codex did you get? And before seeing your answer, Tyrannid. Well, great. You have a lot of the new plastics. For some odd reason, I feel the Tyrannid plastics are still more modular than most of the other Games Workshop kits? Or is that just me being completely out of the loop? Because they don't seem to have strayed too far from their original, I say original, the 3rd edition design, where you have clipped together units. Oh. Well, in that case, Tau is a weird thing, Wonky. And I'm still not sure how I feel about Tau in the Warhammer 40k universe. When they launched them back in the day, they felt so wrong. They felt so terribly wrong. The look was way off, and I just couldn't make heads nor tail out of it. Yeah, it's like, oh, anime is happening in 40k. Which, in hindsight, is a big ignorant. Because it's a universe we're talking about. Why shouldn't there be different designs? Why does everything need to look the same? I mean, there's a reason why Marines, Imperial armies, and Chaos and Mechanicus look similar. They all stem from the same source, if you will. But there's no reason that Eldar, Orcs, and Necrons, Taus would need to look anything like that. They look like enemy designs that didn't make the cut. Yeah, that's I mean, if you go back and look at how Warhammer looked in the early 90s, late 80s, it's a very distinct, odd style. It's very, from my perspective, very few straight lines. It's all very crude to a degree. And here comes Tau with a absolutely clean design, which was odd. But all in all, I think they have proven that they have a fan base. They're still around. They didn't get the squad treatment. Lazagram, hello. Yeah, they are more fitting, or fitting might be the wrong word. They don't look so out of touch. Make us feel old. I mean, when did Tau arrive? 4th edition? 5th? Can't remember. Wasn't so far after my initial jump into that. Yeah, not first. Not nor it was 2nd edition. It must have been 4th or 5th. That's my guess, at least. And see, that this is one thing I really don't like about 40k is you have your window of time where the game is current, and the release of the codices is just splattered around this time frame. And if you happen to play that faction that gets its codex at the very end of the time frame, you're basically fucked. You're playing most of the time with some kind of made up list or generic core rulebook something, and then when you have a decent playbook, your units don't work anymore like you used to, and 9 months later there's a new edition and the cycle begins anew. But again, it's Games Workshop. They are in for it for the money, so yeah. And we're the suckers buying the stuff, so who's to blame? The one who's producing the weird product, or the ones that are buying the weird product? I'd say it's the people who are buying the product. Yes, I'm always to blame. Germans are to blame by default. Sports 2nd edition. Yeah, that's the spirit. You need to work on the 2nd edition the second you launch your 1st edition. Just to annoy the crap out of people. Or even better, don't start with version 1. Start with version 2 and everybody will go, huh? It'll totally fine because it's an Orky game. So just go Spores 2.0. Ta-da! Let's hope that the next iteration of 40k won't be a complete overhaul on rules, but more a... What are we at? 11? 10th? Just be a 0.5 sudo upgrade errata thingamajig. We'll see what will happen. So we're in 10th. It'll be called 11th, but it will be a 10.5 in spirit, I guess. So fingers crossed your codex will be valid for some time. Yeah, who knows? Dutch, if your suggestion that odd numbers would be always a 0.5 upgrade, explain third. It's a completely different game to second edition. By a country mile. I'd wish, or no, I wouldn't wish, but I feel personally I'd be more positive of Games Workshop's miniatures if they would be multi-pose, more like the old stuff. I really have found when I build my Frostgrave stuff, it's just that's the kind of miniatures I like to have. 28 mil arms, legs, heads, customized to my own delight, and just go ham. That's the most fun you can have with your miniatures. At least in my book. Your views may vary. Your mileage may vary. I mean, I do get the appeal of producing simple to make minis for a starter kit so that people get playing quickly. But for the larger audience, I feel they're doing themselves a disservice. But then again, they might have a reason that is somehow made up with money. Yeah, it would be lovely to have more variety, but if you have only like third edition starter box, 10 Space Marines, and they were more or less posable. Fourth edition, 10 Space Marines, 2 heavy weapons, or was it 4? And some other Marines. And the big Indomitus box is I don't know how many Space Marines, but they're all monopose. A wonky. I'm not sure how you're planning on releasing your game. If you really want to go the complete route of a physical product, I wouldn't go too much crazy for the first iteration. Don't get me wrong, I'm all in for plastic sprue goblins that I can customize to my own delight, but maybe just make some really cool minis. And I don't know how many you need for your game, how many on each side. So if you got, let's say you need 5 for each side and you have 5 different models, that's totally fine. People can still use tools to customize them. But in the grim dark future of Warhammer Bottomless Pit Cash Cow, there should be a bit more, I feel. Oh, and you know what brought me the most joy rummaging through my old 40k orcs, looking at the grots that were used as crew for the cannons. Such lovely designs. A little oily squig, one with a screwdriver, one with a wrench. Just lovely, lovely little miniatures. And I miss silly weapons like the tractor gun that just it doesn't do damage itself, it just pulls your vehicle or drops it somewhere. Where's that? Where did that go? The rock lobber was the because I got them used, I don't know if those are still the originals. Hold on. As I've been just doing inventory, they're still sitting behind me, next to me. It's hard to see. That's not the one. You're talking about this little guy? This little guy. Dreaded webcam is monofocus, so I can't do anything about that. Oh, animosity in fantasy. That's. I think that was also a thing in third still? Not sure right now. I mean, the best thing about playing orcs at 40k is do a moral check. Yeah, let's count heads. I have got 30. I need to roll X. Yeah, don't even bother. We were also discussing that we might play Warhammer Fantasy Battles, but I still need to talk to him if he has the same edition as mine. Oh, I'm guessing you're calling, we're referring to Timu Zorg. And no, I'm not going there. that's an evil place. That's a dark place where bad people sell stolen designs. If I want to buy stolen designs, I'd buy stuff from Green Stuff World. Timu with an E, not an I. But yeah, it must be avoided. No, but seriously, if I want to buy stuff that's nicked off somebody, I'd go for Green Stuff World. At least at that point, I could still whack them above the head if the stuff they sell me is crap. It's yeah. That being said, I still have the cobblestone roller and 2 silicon trays for casting rocks and not rocks, walls and floor tiles that I bought before I was aware of their shady business practices. Yeah. I'm not sure about the slave labor part on over at Timu, but I'm pretty sure they're not getting paid very much according just judging by the price they take for their stuff. It's just silly money. No. Even if I don't get higher quality, I'd still rather buy the same things from a local shop or a at least somewhat regional online shop. That's where I can assume that's stuff from proper sources. That's all I can do. Yeah, it's a and it's sad that especially with the case of the tentacle roller, that design seems to be exclusive, quote unquote, for games Screensoft World currently. So nobody else is making that tool for some odd reason. That's one tool I'd really like to see if Games Workshop would make them. Yeah, Danley, just staying at the example of the tentacle roller. You're pretty aware about these two plastic pieces you rubbed against. Use some green stuff, and you get some cables or tentacles. Some other fellow came up with a design, and they nicked it, and they sued him. And now he's not doing that anymore, and they're the only ones supplying those things. And there are different things in their portfolio that have a similar backstory to them. So, yeah, not everything they sell is somehow acquired by 5-finger discount from other people, but there's a taste. And the worst thing is they try to sue original copyright holders out of their copyright. That's yeah. It's one of these things where it's bubbling somewhere on the back burner, but since there's no real, as far as I know, what do you call it, trial going on, there's no newsworthy to report. But Jerry might be more able to speak on in more detail. I think he has some more details in his head than I have right now. Last time I was more deeply involved in that topic, I did read up on some of the stories, and I came to the conclusion: okay, Green Stuff World is not welcome anymore. They have done some odd stuff. Oh yeah, that's already forgot that, Jill. You're right. Color shift was something they tried to make work as a copyright, even though it wasn't really it. Yeah. And YouTube being YouTube, somebody says, that's mine, copyright. They seem a bit shady, that is right. But that's just my personal opinion, which I am, I think, free to have. You might want to read up on those stories yourselves and educate yourself, if you want. If you don't, fine by me. I'm not going to judge anybody who says, yeah, but I really do want that tentacle maker, and you literally can't get it from any other company. By all means, get it. But if you still need to buy a Green Stuff World product, don't buy it from Green Stuff World. Buy it from a different seller. Go to your local store or your usual online store where you buy your stuff. At least that way, they still get a cut. And speaking of terrible companies, they're terrible. Oh, and a word completely off topic, because I wanted to mention that more earlier in the video. Some of you of your of the older folk and that have been with OTT for longer may remember that in past Christmas times, Santiago de Chile, Mr. Horatio Noseblogger, has sent over stuff for giftness for the people at OTT to unpack, and in the last 2 years also to me. He did so this year as well, but for some odd reasons the parcels are still in transit. And I know he's feeling bad about it, and I just want to put it on record here. Dude, you are gifting stuff to random people just for the sheer enjoyment of seeing them unbox it. Don't feel bad if the parcel comes late. The joy will still be there. It might be even higher because your parcel now stands out. You're an awesome dude, and I wish you the best of 2026. Don't feel bad. You're a great guy, Horatio. You really are. So, back to the show. Yes, I have looked at Cromlech. They have nice orcs, but, yeah. Has Horatio had 30 emails from Lloyd? I don't think Lloyd does that. Is that the castles of Burgundy? What? That one? That picture? Oh. That's just reference material. Bottom right. Hold on. Oh, that's Die Dracheninsel, the Dragon's Isle. Drakon, don't know how that's pronounced. Carcassonne, Creationary, a Lego game. Any of those you mentioned? So I'm guessing you're all referring to Carcassonne at some kind. Yeah, seeing things there. It's a blurry webcam, so you don't see anything. Great. How do I attach that now again? Attach that later. Do we need to ask Lloyd when Rome? It's not Lloyd's Rome, it's Jerry's Rome. Pricey orcs. Yeah, Jill, but goddamn, they are very much full of character. And I really do miss, and I say this sincerely, I do miss the 3rd edition orc boxes. 16 torso, legs, and an amplitude of heads and arms. Ugh. Just great. I want that. I want a company that does exactly that. I want those. But sadly, I can't find any company that do them for a reasonable price. So getting a huge orc army seems to be, well, out of the question currently. So we're playing just... we can't play anything bigger anyway, because my friend's only got his 9th edition core set Plague Marine stuff. And I'm not sure he's willing to buy more. Maybe if he really enjoys playing 3rd, then we might venture on. But the thing is, he's got a bloat drone that's nowhere near 3rd edition, so we're doing that as a cyborg. No, a Chaos Dreadnought. That's the one. Yeah, isn't it? I think it's the backside of... I think it's the one of the last pictures in the 2nd edition Orc Codex. I mean, yeah, see there. That's the one. Model count is a relative term because you still go on by points numbers. My main core orc troops would be models counting from 10 to 30 per unit. And since orcs really do live by numbers, I need 60 orcs. I have about, let me see. Where's my inventory list? There. I got 56 of the old school monopose goth orcs and 32 of the more modern orcs. 16 in what do you call it? With chopper and slugger, and 16 with big gun. So all in all, about 80 something. It's not a spreadsheet, it's a text file. And it will be a blog entry sooner or later. I just realized, why didn't I put these 16 boys on here? See, this is what happens when you do multiple things at a time. That's bad. But that would explain why my final model count was so low last night. Yeah, it's a text file. You don't believe me? I do it on Notepad++. I don't do spreadsheets. Why would I do spreadsheets? I don't need tables and rows and thingamajigs. And you just wait when I put it up in on my blog, young lady. And potentially as a project on OTT, just to turn people insane. I mean, I did take pictures. Yeah, these Adobe buildings really are lovely. And he really went to town on using all the details. Oh, and first step towards spreadsheets is buying really useful boxes. You fucker. I hate you. And you know why I hate you? Because you're probably partially right. Wanker. But do you remember that Jerry mentioned a 40k game that's similar to the Zulu thing that he did? I can't remember the name now. I did look up if I could find plans for any of those, and it doesn't really seem to be big of a deal. Terrain-wise, it's many broken down, what do you call it, walls? Orcs Drift, thank you, Jill. And some kind of wood, and that's it. Nothing more. So, Orcs Drift seems like a interesting thing to build. Though I might need to put in more research to maybe find out how it was done back in the day. If it just has been just a paper plan, or if there have actually been models done, and how they were done and how it looked, to make it more accurate. Historically accurate. Have you ever done anything silly like going back in old magazines and just grabbed something you fancy and try to rebuild it? Battle at the Farm from Rogue Trader Rulebook. Oh, paper mache terrain. So you're trying to build your Tyranids a proper hive then? When Games Workshop relaunched the Rogue Trader book, is it different from the original or is it just a reprint? I can't remember. Tracy Island from Thunderburns. Oh, that's going to be interesting. I really like to see that happen on the project system, please, if possible, if the system doesn't go completely down. Oh, she already started. Yeah, I might take a peek look quick later and see if I can push some buttons there. Let me just take some more notes. Yeah, the box game I'm aware of. I just wasn't sure if they did any edits to the Rogue Trader rulebook. Oh, that's a bird dirty link. Yeah, that's that's a modern reinterpretation. I don't think that's that what's Jerry wanted to have it. Oh, look, great. You can't even click on the PDFs anymore. Forbidden. Fuckers. Oh, that's a close then. Oh, see a link from Jill. Let's do a quickie lookie. Oh no, rude words as backwards. We'll do some reading later. Put on following now. It's very guilty as charged. I'm a terrible person at reading online. I'm sorry, especially to people like Ben who really put in work with the articles, and even if I try reading them, latest after 4 or 5 sentences, my eyes start to skip. I can't make them stop. Wonky Goblin did the toothpick cacti and body repair mesh fences. I do know the pick cacti, but the body repair mesh fences. Do I remember those? I don't think so. I mean, yeah, there's something. The bad part about old terrain fitting second and first edition 40k is it doesn't really work with modern games most of the times. But the great thing about those terrain pieces is they look so cuddly. They're so cute. I want them. I want them all. I want to have them all. I want to hug them. Yeah, it's everybody who sees that on the table with no minis attached instantly knows that's Old Hammer. Bright green grass isn't grimdark. Yeah, but again, 40k is in a universe that's vast. There is no reason why they shouldn't be, for some odd reason, have a big fight on a lush green world. Seriously. I mean, read the novels. There's more than one novel out there on 40k depicting lush green worlds within the Empire that then, for some odd reason, fall on the dark side or become the playground for some weird forces. It's there. You don't need to have just your industrial size stuff. Yes, Danny, correctly. They have their agricultural planets that are just there for harvest. And I'm pretty sure there is something like what's it called in Star Trek again? The planet where everybody goes to have a good holiday. Uh what's it called again? Ah, no, not Pleasure Worlds, you filthy man. Uh, never mind. There is a planet that's called the Holiday Planet, and I'm pretty sure that something like that exists in 40k for the higher ups. So why not make that a place of combat? Riser, that's the one, Jill. Thank you. Jill for the rescue again. Yes, Riser is the one. Regardless of the spelling, it's Riser. That's the where everybody is just having innocent fun. Oh, I did notice that wonky goblin. Goblin green bases for Space Hulk diorama. Yeah, I'm guessing they took the miniatures from somewhere in their shelving. Oh, Jill, that's plain normal. You always keep the fun bits, and the useful, boring bit are just getting shafted. It's space moss. Let's be fair. Who from the audience still remembers anything prior, let's say, 8th grade school? See, my point exactly. Unless it was a cartoon. Or a very annoying ad on TV or radio. Those usually tend to stick very well as well. Excuse me. The brown lemonade is taking its toll. See, it's not only me. The weird thing is, I know ads that none of you would have ever heard before because they were just running on German television and they're so weird at times. Yeah, that Dutch same. I'm very fond of the memory I'm not having of being run over by a car. Yes, that was a thing. I got run over by a car. I nearly stabbed my eye out. And I have a scar on my chin where I headbutted a piece of wood on the playground. And I had to stay indoors this summer. Yay! And now we're all feeling very, very old. Well done, us. Let's remember all the good things from way back when. Looking at the watch, which is the bottle, we have a little more time. My bones creak. Yeah, might do that since 12th grade? Oh no, time is running out. So, from my point of view, in about 25 hours and 8 minutes, we will have a new year. And I hope to see all of you on the other side of that date barrier next week. Because I'm calling this a day. I'm not really tired at the moment, but I guess I will be in about 10 minutes when the brown lemonade wears off. Oh, Jill, sorry to hear that. I hope your shift won't be too long then. Yeah, Wonky, that's most part my things. So, thank you for being here, you silly, silly people. Jill, I will probably DM you later, tomorrow, maybe, potentially. Feel free to prod me. I'll be putting this video on hold. I'll be stuffing it on YouTube as soon as I can. And I wish you lot all the very best and enjoy your evening. See you next week. And thanks for everything. Have a good one. Bye.